Hello again, this is Michael from Database Dreams. What we're going to do today is first of all show you what we're actually going to be doing, the final result of what we're going to be doing on Chart Tracker. If we go, say, bring up a chart, how does that one do? Alright, now if we click this button here, you see this Harry Styles entries there. Let's see if we can find this one featuring this one here. See, it's got a number of artists assigned to that record. You've got a point system, contribution, and the two Combian lead there. I'll explain all that later, but we can actually build that now, in the table form, but slightly different. It's improved version, alright. So let's go open up our database. This is the simple charts data file I was working with last time, and we go to create and table design. This is a much different table. It's a bit more complicated, but this is very simple really. So we want artist ID, alright, and you want number for that, alright. It's an important number, alright. Long integer, default value, remove the default value of 0, alright. That's important, you must remove that default value of 0. And record ID. Oh, I'll do it again. Keep doing that. That's it. And again, number. Remove the default value 0. Alright. Now we want. Let's go have a look at this thingamajig. If you can always refer to this. Where is it? There it is. And downloads. And this is where all the files are being stored. Alright, so all you need to do is for each lesson just go and have a look in there. Alright. Oh, where's the actual? Oh, no. I messed up there. Let's go back. Yeah, it's in ERDs. I'll move that actually so it doesn't get confusing. Now, what we're making here is this table here, alright, table artist records. So now we want entity, type, ID and points, alright. Yep. Alright, so ID, and again that's a number, but that one, it's only going to have a couple of 2 or 3 numbers in it, because it's only going to, if we go back to here, I should have left it open, but it's only going to have a couple of options. Alright, I'm going to do it with a combo box, like one of these, alright. Rather than two fields, one is better, alright. So I put number and then change that for integer, alright, and remove the default value. We don't need the default value. And now last field, so look, see the last field is points. Now what this will do is it will work with this, with some code I'm going to write, because I haven't actually added this to Chart Tracker yet. It will work with that and tell the system how to calculate the points for each artist. So you could actually create an artist's chart at the end of the year, alright? So just type in points. It was an idea I had many years ago when I first started Chart Tracker. Alright, and again number. But leave it as log integer, alright? It doesn't really need to be, but you know, make it bigger and smaller. Now what you got to do is see that there, right? You select both those, alright? That's important. You select both of them, and then come away from the edge into across the see, and you select primary key, and they're both set as a primary key. Now what that is that it's actually a combination called a combination key. So what will happen is, if you had say Madonna and Holiday, right, into that, because what it does, I'll show you again. Go back to here, alright. Where is it? Here, alright. If I was to try and add Bad Bunny featuring whatever it is, Bambo, whatever. Excuse me, I've got a cold. Again, it would prevent me from doing it because the combination key, you cannot have duplicates of the combination of those two items, i.e. the artist and record. But you don't really need to worry about what goes on behind it. Alright, so that is actually set now. Alright, so you save that. Yes. Alright, TBL artists. You can call it what you want, but I'll try and keep in line with what I'm doing, so make it easier for keeping up later records. Alright, and save it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to create a relationship. Alright, now what we want is we want one artist, alright, to be able to have many entries in this, or one artist to have many entries in this in this column. Alright, so let's close them down. Alright, go to database tools, relationships. Alright, now drag them two across there. Now you see, actually move them across there, it organises it better. Right, you see a key here, the recording artist and the artist. Alright, slightly different names, but there's a reason for that. It just saves confusion in some queries later. Alright, just drag that across there, alright, into the artist column, alright, and it will come up. You want enforce referential integrity, alright, and just create. Alright, see you've got a little one there and the infinity symbol there. Alright, so you can have one artist in the artist table and multiple artists and records. Alright, so let's go back to, let's find Madonna quickly. Alright, Madonna, click search. Alright, now as I was saying, this is all Madonna's. So basically what you're seeing here, all these records, is these. That's Madonna, and now all her records. Alright, that's what you're seeing there. You know, so basically, look, if I open up that again, no, that's a different one. Don't want to go there. Wrong button. Alright, that's the form again. No, I haven't actually used the point system on this. If it's actually like the lead artist, what I call the lead artist, and there's no combination artists, then I don't really add anything. I leave it blank. But I'm going to change that with the new system, so it's always got something in it. Alright, but it's up to you what you actually do with your database. I can only make suggestions. I only want to make suggestions. Alright, so let's go and make another table, shall we? There's another table I record. Alright, let's go and make that because I've got plenty of time. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make table chart recordings. Alright, that's this one here, and then we might make the formats afterwards. Alright, if I've got time. So let's go back there and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, a bit early for me. Right, don't forget to save that. Yes. Alright, now I'll go to create again and table design. Now we want, I'm going to try and keep the names the same. Oh yeah, record ID, right. This one's named the same as what's in the actual artists and records, but it doesn't really matter about this one. Right, we want for this one auto number. Alright, long integra, leave increment and duplicates, but again right click it. That's your primary key again. Alright, that's your counter key, so whenever you add a record, that'll be counted. Alright, now later on you'll get some queries that work these three together. Alright, and I'll show you how to construct that and probably do it for you actually to help you. So all you'll have to do is alter it slightly, but it's what's known as an auto lookup query. Alright, so if you enter one value, it'll automatically look up the value it needs. Alright, but we'll cover that later. Alright, let's go back to here. So we want format, title. Now if you notice here, I've got year released, day released, month released. Alright, there's a reason I've done 3 fields rather than 1 date field, because not always do you get the year, day and month. On some recordings they're not available, like the old recordings they just weren't tracked. So what I've done is I've split them into 3 fields so you can add what information you have. Normally what happens is when I add a new recording, alright, whether it's through so let's show you this, whether it's through the import system, alright, let's import. This is a system I use for it. I've still got loads to import here. Alright, so whenever I add a recording, alright, you see it's got a date there. Now that's the actual first stage of the entry into the charts, alright, of that particular chart. So if there's no recording for that, see I've got that one. So what I do, I just add that one, alright. See where I've done that, I've got a little search form. This is what I'm going to build for you, so you can actually see it. You notice I've got a number there without dates on them. That's because they weren't in charts, or I haven't actually added charts details for them yet. But it defaults when I add the chart details to adding the first entry year into the recorded table. So let's just add that, alright. And you see it's gone away now, and it's got 6 items available. So I just add that, alright. That's another little thing I've done. Right, so we want format ID, going back to our table. Don't want to get sidetracked too much. And I'll keep on use uppercase because I leave it as uppercase on the last one. Alright, format ID, and we want that as a number. Alright, leave it as long as integer. Get rid of the default value. You can actually set access up to actually remove the default value, but I do find it useful sometimes to have it. Now this is what's known as a foreign key. Alright, going back to our picture again. See there's a one and many relationship between table formats and format ID. I've made it blue. You notice the green are the combination keys. Blue are the foreign keys. Alright, it's FK. Alright, so that's basically because there's going to be a relationship between table formats and table recordings on that. Alright, a different relationship from the other artists and records. Alright, so now we want a title, don't we? Again, the case. Still too early in the morning for me. Right, now this is important. Alright, you leave it as short text. Leave it as 255. I haven't actually done a query this time to show you how long the longest one is, but the name can be, you know, I haven't actually come across a problem where they're more than 255. So sometimes recording names are extremely long. I'm just going to have a quick gulp of my tea. Oh, it's better. My voice has come back now. Right, now next one is the year. Yep, we've got year released, day released and month released. Alright, so alright, and we just want a number for that. So it only needs to be a number, and it only needs to be an integer value. Alright, I'm just going to check that because, yeah, basically there's only going to be 4 figures in that, so you don't need more than an integer. Alright, but what we're going to do later on is we'll look at these fields in a query or some code, depending on the way we go with it, and I'll combine them and turn them into a date if I can. Alright, but if not, I'll just leave it, use whatever we can get from it. So that's day released. Again, number, and it only needs to be integer, so you change the field size again to integer. Alright, and you can leave that, but I'm going to remove it. I didn't remove it on that. But there's what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a validation tool to actually make sure the value is added properly. Alright, i.e. if you're going to add days, you only add it between 1 and 31. And if you had a month, you only add it between 1 and 12. I'll show you how to do all that later. Alright, day and month. Alright. That way it just prevents it from becoming a mess, to be honest. And again, you want just Integra, because it's only you only have a number between 1 and 12. Right, so the year is only going to have a number between, say, 2000 and 1930 to 19 or 2300. So it's only going to be 4 figures all the time. So it doesn't need to be anything more than Integra. Right, and get rid of that 0 again. Right, now the last one is comments. Right, comments. I might actually add some other fields later, but this is actually any comments you want to add about the recording. I'll show you where it is as well in Chart Tracker. Let's close that down. Right, go to Madonna again. No, actually, just go to a chart. I can show you this bit. Go here. Let's go to UK albums chart. Right, that brings up the latest one. Now, Arcade Fire number 1. That's the recording. See, that's the comments there. All right, and that's our basic recording. There is a video for this on my YouTube channel. Here, and I think it's one of these here. Alright, that one covers it completely about adding recordings from files and from the internet. Alright, but as I'm going to show you through what I've done as well, so you can compare and make your mind up about what you want. I'll explain a little bit at a time, but obviously not too much, because I haven't really got a lot of time for too much. Right, now you want long text. Alright, you've got to change that to long text. That'll allow for up to, go put it again. That'll allow for up to 63,000 characters. Alright, I think there is in this version of Access there is a new you've got a larger number. I think there's a way of actually having longer text in there. You can actually link to text files and things like that, but I'm not going to cover all that here because it's just too much of a nightmare. Right, now we want to save that table. Right, so save a table. Right, we've got our primary key. Just make sure you have got your primary key, because what happens if you don't, it will ask you if you want to add one, and if it asks you to add a primary key, cancel it and open the table again and edit it. But I'll show you how to do that. I will do that because I'm always doing it. TBL again, naming convention. I always mark all my tables with TBL. There's a reason for that, because if you're using queries in this program, you're going to use a lot of queries, a lot of tables. So you want to know what's a table and what's a query. Alright, a query are structured query language. Alright, which I'll cover when we start working on the front end. But so let's just add recording. Or no, it was chart recordings, wasn't it? Yes, let's check. Alright, this is all your singles, albums, EPs, alright, whatever you want. It can actually be anything really. It doesn't have to be recording artists. It can be cars. You know, I literally, the first version of Chart Tracker covered any of that. I might even show you, take you through that one day. Right, now going back to the relationships. When you've actually created a table, make sure you create your relationship as well. Alright, because otherwise you're going to end up start with loads and loads you're going to have to do. So you do them as you go, and that way you won't get over, overtaxed. So now we want chart recordings there. Put it on the other side because that's going to be a relationship between recording artists and records, and chart recordings. All right. So grab your little chart, your key here. All right. See where I got it, and drop it onto record ID there. All right. Again, the same thing. Enforce relationship. I'll explain what the other two are later as we use them. All right. I'm not going to bombard you with loads of techno babble because that's not what I'm doing this for. Alright, now create your relationship. You can see a little one and little infinity symbol, so you can have one recording and multiple artists and recordings. Alright, so if you've got Madonna, she can have all her records in that table. Alright, so you only have to actually add the recording once, and it can be assigned to multiple artists. So like going back to chart tracker. Let's go back to a chart. Let's go back to singles because it's easier to see the singles chart. Alright. Go previous. So again, like Lonnie's, you can go previous next. Alright. It's very easy done, even to last. Alright. Now let's go back to here. See this is what the effects. You can have Bad Bunny and Quencho Coin or whatever the name is. I can't pronounce it. And the actual featured artists. Alright, in that table. They are all the entries into that table there. Alright? This one here. Alright? So basically each artist has an entry in the artist table, and also if there's a record, if they have a record, they'll have a entry in here and a related record in here. Alright, but I'm not gonna dwell on that too much. Just save that. Alright? Now what we need to do, how much time have I got there? How much time have I done? I've done 22 minutes. Alright, I'm going to do one more table, alright? And that is going to be the formats table because that relates to the chart recordings. So go and create. Now what this is called a lookup table. Alright? Once you've added data in this, you probably won't need to change it. So we're going to add the albums. I'll actually add them. I might just import the data from Chart Tracker actually. It'll be easier because you don't really, there will be an entry form for it. But again, I'll show you that. Just give me 30 seconds. Right, let's go back to our. Make sure we go back to here. No, it's here. Right, so this is the one we're doing now. All right. Oh, table formats. We want format ID and format name. All right. So it's format ID, and that's a auto number. All right. And don't forget, primary key was actually primary key. Alright, that's the one that does all the counting. And format name. Alright, now you can put a description in it on Chart Tracker. Yeah, let's have a look. I'll show you. Let's go open up the recordings. This is the actual bit that actually controls the chart, holds all the different charts. Alright, now if you see here, see that I've got gallery types because this is a bit more advanced system, so I won't explain that to you for now, but you can see the description. You can add the description. That's the actual format name, and that's in Chart Tracker. It's got a description on it as well. Alright, you don't see the format ID, but that's not, most times that's hidden, except in one particular case, and I'll show you that later. Alright, so you need to go down there. So you got your auto increment field, alright, and you got your name. Leave it as 255, although you don't need it as 255. Let's change that. So you're only going to have album. It's going to maybe have 35, 40 characters. So if we do it 40, alright, you don't forget you can change these lengths. As long as you don't change them lower, you should be alright. If you change them lower, just go over to sip of tea. If you change them low, you could end up causing yourself problems because what happens is Access will tell you that it needs to reformat the data, and you might find that it's cut half your names off if you make it too low. So don't go down, always go up if you're going to change that. Alright. Right, let's do that. And now we want TBL formats. Alright, and save that. Okay, now again go back to your relationships and drag that across. Now we're going to put that under here. I'm going to try and put them in the same way we have them here. Alright, because obviously it makes it easier for seeing the actual relationships, but you might want to change your relationships later. Now drag your format ID here into your enforce relationships, alright, and create, and see you can have one format on many chart recordings. Alright, so if you got, say, an album, you can have 1,000 album formats in chart recordings, alright, but you can't have 1,000 album formats in table formats. Alright, but you don't need to worry about that. So the system will handle that for you now. Alright, it won't allow you to actually have more. You know, well, I'm just anyway. I'll carry on. Move on, Michael. Alright, that's that. Alright, save that. Yes. So if we go back to that and have a look. Alright. If you notice, I'm showing you every bit of Access as well. So eventually you'll get a good idea of how Access works as well. Yeah, you later on I'll show you how you can actually use some of these tools here, but you don't really need to do that at the moment. You notice here it's got links, tables, queries. We haven't got any of those yet. We won't have any in the back end. So you just have tables that comes up there. What you can do is you can go drag that across there. Notice it puts a 1 there. I'll explain that when we do that later. Just press delete and it'll go away. Alright, don't press delete too many times. Alright, and that's that. Right, now it's table formats. Alright, I said I was going to nick the actual data from chart tracker, but I won't. Oh yes I will. Yes I will, because if I can actually use the same chart, it might make it easier for importing later. No, I won't. Right, it won't really matter. Right, albums, or album, alright, single, EP. You can add whatever you want, alright. So that will be, if you notice, I've added them there, but I haven't added any into this table here, because this table will only eventually use the information from table formats. Alright, well I think that's about it for now. Alright, have a good day. I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.